Alright guys, I'm going to preface this video by saying that your mechanics, proper mechanics in the gym or for a particular exercise depends on congenital factors, the way you were born, your general morphology, your position that you put yourself in, the position that you put yourself in during the exercise, and activation, proper activation of the right muscle groups. Those three things are super important, okay? So one thing you can control, or two things you can really control, are going to be the activation of the proper muscle groups and the position that you put yourself in. Okay? So those are the two things I'm going to focus on during this video for a particular movement that is going to be your lunge. The lunge seems like a seemingly easy movement. You see people doing it all the time. People go for a run around the track and they start lunging down the track for 3 or 4 rounds of 20 reps. But something I see it's very common amongst a lot of people, and also with people that come into TLF, is that the moment they step through with their foot, their knee starts to buckle inwards. It starts to cave in what you call valgus. Okay? So if it caves in, now you're putting your knee in a weird position, putting all sorts of undue stress on the knee joint. And you're not able to recruit all the big muscle fibers of your posterior chain, your hamstrings and your glutes. So how do you fix that? I think part of how you fix it is being aware of your position. Okay, that's number one. And number two is how you descend into your lunge, how you control yourself on the negative or the eccentric phase. So I'm going to show this to you. Let's see. Hopefully you can see this. Trying to get to the grass here. Yeah. Okay. So here's the fault. I'm going to show you the fault first. People will step. Take a step, and the knee will start to cave this way, okay? Doing this weird number. Then push through, the knee does wobbly, weird stuff. So your job as an athlete is the moment you step through, you can take a stick or your hand and place it right inside your knee. And be sure the pressure that you feel with your hand is getting less and less because you're driving that knee out of position. Okay? Out of this position. Then come on up. Again, driving that knee out, boom. Now what's also important during your lunge is that you also pull your belly button into your spine. You have some degree of abdominal tension as you descend. Remember, your limbs, your hands and your feet are at the expense of what your core is doing or not doing. So if you don't turn this on, the rest of you is going to be weak. So pull your belly button into your spine, take a step forward, keep that knee out of position, descend, and come up, okay? That's part one. Part two is activation. So I want you to focus on activating your hamstrings on the way down. How do you do that? You want to imagine there's a string attached from your hamstring down to the ground. And you're pulling yourself down from that string. So if you're in this position right here, you're setting up your belly button into your spine, imagine that string is pulling you actively down towards the floor. And just try to visualize that. Pull yourself down, and then drive up to your heel and then squeeze your butt in the movement. Okay? So that's what you want to imagine during your lunge. Imagine it, visualize it, and try to feel the hamstring turn on and activate as you descend. So you need to do that much more control. You're going to feel a lot more stable. You're going to turn on a lot of muscle groups, and you're going to be a lot more effective at your movement. Try that out, guys. Peace.